Small bits of debris bounced harmlessly off the Vazkir warship's forward shields as they pursued their prey through the asteroid field. Commander Thexal watched the human mining vessel ahead with predatory satisfaction. The ship, some pathetic exploration and resource extraction craft called the Frontier Spirit, was venting garbage in a desperate attempt to slow its pursuers. Plastic containers, metal scraps, refuse from their waste processors. Pathetic. They're panicking, his weapons officer hissed with pleasure. Look at them dumping their cargo. They know they're cornered. The human ship was slow, designed for efficiency rather than speed. Its hull was scarred from years of asteroid mining, pockmarked with the evidence of countless near misses with space debris. It had no visible weapons, no military-grade shields. Easy prey. Thexel had been hunting human vessels for weeks, testing the edges of their territory. This one had wandered too far from protected space, chasing some mineral-rich asteroid cluster. Now it would pay for that mistake. Maintain pursuit. Stay on their tail. They can't run forever. More debris tumbled past, larger pieces now. Storage containers, equipment modules. The humans were clearly jettisoning everything they could to gain speed. Then came the drums. Large cylindrical containers, each one the size of a personal transport pod, drifted back from the human ship. They moved slowly, lazily tumbling through space on a collision course with the Vazkir warship. Sir, should we evade? Thexel waved dismissively. They're empty containers, probably fuel drums. Our shields will handle them. Stay on course. The first drum made contact with their forward shields. Nothing. It bounced off harmlessly, just like the smaller debris. The second drum hit, then the third. The fourth drum didn't bounce. It detonated. The explosion wasn't just fire and force. It was a directed storm of metal fragments, mining explosives designed to fracture asteroids, all packed into a single drum and set to trigger on impact. The blast tore through the Vazkir shields like they were tissue paper. A hole ripped open in the warship's hull, half as tall as the ship itself. Atmosphere vented in a violent rush. Bodies, equipment, and debris were sucked into space. Emergency bulkheads slammed shut, but the damage was catastrophic. More drums detonated in sequence, each one packed with high-yield mining charges and shrapnel, broken drill bits, spent cutting tools, any scrap metal the humans could find. The alien ship's forward section became a shredded ruin of twisted metal and exposed corridors. On the bridge, Thexal screamed orders that no one could execute. His ship was spinning, decompressing, dying. The targeting computers were offline. Life support was failing. Emergency power couldn't compensate for the massive hull breaches. They'd cornered a human, and the human had bitten back. On the bridge of the Frontier Spirit, Chief Engineer Maria Santos wiped sweat from her forehead and exhaled slowly. Last drum just detonated. Their ship's going into a dead spin. Captain Jake Morrison nodded, hands steady on the helm as he guided them out of the asteroid field. Good work, people. Chen, what's their status? Navigator David Sims checked his sensors. Dead in space, Captain. Main power's offline. They're venting atmosphere from at least 4 major hull breaches. They're not coming after us. Or anyone else, Santos added grimly. She'd spent the last 20 minutes rigging every mining charge they had, packing them into waste drums with whatever sharp metal debris they could scavenge from the cargo hold. Drill bits, broken equipment, shrapnel that would turn each drum into a makeshift fragmentation bomb. It had been Morrison's idea. Santos had made it work. Captain, Sims said quietly, that was insane. Morrison allowed himself a small smile. That was necessary. We're a mining ship, Sims. We work with explosives every day. Only difference is the target. He glanced back at his crew, 5 people who'd just survived an encounter with a warship using nothing but improvisation and guts. Besides, I trust you all to do the impossible when it matters. Santos snorted. Impossible? We're human. We were just working with what we had. Still, Sims insisted, they had weapons, shields, military-grade everything. And we had mining charges and a willingness to get creative. Morrison checked their course. Helm, plot a route back to protected space. Full burn, let's get home. Aye, Captain. As the Frontier Spirit accelerated away from the crippled warship, Santos leaned against her console and let out a breath she didn't realize she'd been holding. Around her, the crew was doing the same, the tension draining away as safety returned. Morrison caught her eye. You okay? Yeah, she nodded. Just glad we had those explosives on board. Glad we had you to rig them. Morrison smiled. Drinks are on me when we dock. Damn right they are. Behind them, the alien warship continued its slow, uncontrolled spin, a warning to anyone who thought cornering a human was a good idea. Humans didn't have the biggest ships or the best weapons, but they had something better: the absolute refusal to go down without a fight, and the creativity to turn anything, even garbage, into a weapon. Comment and follow for more sci-fi action.